TV6 First Alert Weather with meteorologist Noel Navarro.
Welcome back, everybody. Expect a dry morning before the rain comes in this afternoon. And we're not just talking rain, we're talking about severe storms, Noel.
Yeah, and it starts to ramp up towards the afternoon there, Tia. So we got to watch out for that. That's why we're under the First Alert Weather Day. Take a look at what we got, the timing. Watch out during the noon hour. And then it continues as late as Tuesday morning. There's a couple rounds involved. We're looking at it towards the afternoon for round one, and then second round later this evening, the entire UP under this severe thunderstorm risk. High winds, large hail can't be ruled out, power outages and travel impacts obviously as the thunderstorms start to spark. Meanwhile, it's looking beautiful. Morning has broken. Hello, Cat Stevens. It's 48 degrees around Negaunee Township, and that dew point is less than 40 or below 40 on the dew point. Those will start to rise in addition to the warmth that we'll get here in Upper Michigan over the course of your Monday. There's breaks in the clouds, west, central, and east in Upper Michigan at this time before the storm starts to roll in. And we got a few rounds. Round one already over north central Wisconsin. Round two associated with the parent storm over South Dakota and starting to push east of Pierre as we speak. So here we are. Let's take it to your hour by hour future radar and temperatures. We got sunshine holding in the eastern UP by the lunch hour, but clouding up over central and western Upper Michigan, and the first line of thunderstorms to make its roll across the west end and pushing towards Houghton and Iron Mountain, Caspian, Iron River, Gastra before 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Marquette, Escanaba, Menominee, that potential past 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And then once we get into the late afternoon hours, it starts to become widespread. And this is round one. High temperatures could get to 70 degrees for some isolated spots across Upper Michigan, thanks to that southerly wind that not just brings in the warmth, but also humidity. Round two coming later this evening, spreading from west to east. Past the midnight hour, it could come roaring towards Newberry, Sault Ste. Marie, St. Ignace, and even Mackinac City, and continuing down towards the Bay of Green Bay before we start to catch a bit of a break, but it's a brief one because another shot of energy comes, but this time instead of southerly winds, we got that wind direction reversing, becoming that cold northerly wind, and as a result, some of that precipitation turns into the frozen kind. There is some snow in the mix, especially along the northern half of the region, but it will be a brief episode because this northwest wind, it's going to be quite gusty today and tomorrow, and it'll start to bring in drier air to just have the precipitation taper off and that storm starts to subside. We'll be on the cool side for Tuesday afternoon, but there is comfort in the fact that we are out of that severe thunderstorm risk for much of the week. Rainfall forecast, these projections, you know what? It could be even more, it could be even less because thunderstorms always change the game. That's the way to see it. If you got a thunderstorm in the area, you got to brace for some downpours. Now, even outside of thunderstorms, we got some southerly winds that could gust over 40 miles per hour. And then once we get a thunderstorm, these wind speeds could exceed that, could even get to 60 miles per hour or higher, which would be damaging. Remember the derechos, straight line winds. Can't rule that out. So the severe thunderstorm threat today, even a brief tornado is possible, flying debris, and eventually, you know what? It's all about staying indoors if the thunderstorms start to really spark up, of course, for today. Even when you're staying indoors, though, you want to stay in the lowest floor possible, away from windows if it starts to get really loud out there with the thunder, and then backup power of the essence. Any thunderstorm could bring some downpours and, of course, the frequent lightning. Now, I'll take you to your 7-day forecast. The good news is this. The storm's threat subsides into Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, we get our sunshine back, so it's a midweek reprieve. You see the temperatures are on the cool side, below that average high of 52 for this time of year, but at least take some solace in the fact that we get our warm spring rebounding this weekend while the severe thunderstorm threat subsides. Well, coming back to the desk here, I can't wait to join you guys because you know what? I'd like better circumstances. We do have some sunshine to start Monday and the week, but then again, we got to brace for it. It's like, you know, you got the umbrella if you're outside, but you know, by the time you hear the thunder roars, you got to go indoors.
Typical spring-like conditions here in the UP. Thanks, Noel.
Yes.
Well, if you've already